Class 10th. Subject Geography. Chapter number 8. Economy and Occupations. Read the following graph and answer the questions. Gross National Incomes (GNI) from 1960 to 2016 in million US dollar. 1. Which country's national income was highest in 2016 and how much was it? Answer: the USA had the highest national income in 2016, approximately 1850 million US dollars. 2. Comparing India and Brazil, which country had a higher national income in 1980? Answer Digar. In 1980, Brazil had a higher national income than India. 3. Comparing India and Brazil, which country had a higher income in 2016? Answer: in 2016, India's national income was slightly higher than Brazil. 4. Tell the difference between the GNI of Brazil and India in 2016. Answer: the difference between India and Brazil's GNI in 2016 was around 50-70 million US dollars, with India leading. 5. Calculate the difference between the national incomes of developed and developing countries in 2016. Answer: the USA, a developed country, had a GNI of about 1850 million US dollars, while India and Brazil, developing countries, had GNIs around 200 million US dollars each. So, the difference between developed and developing countries' GNIs was nearly 1650 million US dollars. Geographical explanation. An economy of a country depends on the economic activities carried out in the country. You have learned that there are three types of economic activities in an economy. Economic activities in Brazil and India. In figure, the pie charts show the contribution of each sector in the respective country's GDP and the percentage of population engaged in various activities. Read both the pie charts carefully and answer the following questions. Which country has a higher percentage of population engaged in primary activities? India has a higher percentage of population engaged in primary activities, about 48.8% compared to only 10% in Brazil. 2. In which country is the contribution of tertiary sector greater in the GDP? The tertiary sector contributes more to the GDP of Brazil, about 67%, than in India, 57%. 3. In which country is the share of secondary activities more in the GDP? The share of secondary activities in GDP is slightly higher in Brazil, 27.5%, than in India, 26%. 4. Can we say that Brazil is an agrarian economy like India? Give reasons. No, Brazil is not an agrarian economy. In India, nearly half of the population, 48.8%, is engaged in agriculture, primary sector, but its contribution to GDP is only 17%. In Brazil, only 10% of the population works in the primary sector, and its contribution to GDP is just 5.5%. Therefore, Brazil is more industrial and service oriented, while India's economy is still largely agrarian. Geographical explanation. In figure, we observe that India has a higher national income than Brazil. Brazil is one of the world's giants in mining, agriculture, and manufacturing. And it also has a strong and rapidly growing service sector. On the other hand, India is still largely dependent on agriculture, although its service sector is also expanding steadily. Like India, Brazil has a mixed economy where both the public and private sectors play an important role. Both India and Brazil are developing economies, and their per capita incomes are much lower. Compared to developed countries such as the United States of America, USA. It is interesting to note that even though India's national income is higher than Brazil's, the per capita income of India is lower. The main reason for this is that India's population is much larger than Brazil's. So the total income, when divided among more people, results in a lower per capita income. Want to watch the full animated chapter with notes and test series? Then download the Hope Publications app, your smart companion for Class 10 Maharashtra Board. Learn easily, understand deeply, and score higher. Remember, smart learning, bright future. Download link is given in the description below. Start your journey of smart learning today.
इंट्रोड्यूसिंग होप पब्लिकेशंस ऐप महाराष्ट्र स्टेट बोर्ड क्लास 10th के लिए एक कंप्लीट डिजिटल लर्निंग सोल्यूशन। यहाँ मिलते हैं साइंस, हिस्ट्री और ज्योग्राफी एक्सप्लेनेशन वीडियोस, चैप्टर नोट्स, टेस्ट सीरीज और माइंड मैप, सब कुछ एक ही ऐप में।
बच्चों के कॉन्सेप्ट्स अब बहुत आसानी से क्लियर हो रहे हैं और हर टॉपिक अच्छे से समझ में आने लगा है। अब स्टूडेंट सिर्फ सुनते ही नहीं, समझते भी है, क्योंकि होप पब्लिकेशंस ऐप बनाता है पढ़ाई को इंटरैक्टिव। अब मुझे अपनी बेटी की पढ़ाई की कोई चिंता नहीं। होप पब्लिकेशंस ऐप के साथ वो खुद जिम्मेदारी से सीख रही है।
होप पब्लिकेशंस ऐप ने मेरे बच्चे की पढ़ाई को आसान और मजेदार बना दिया है। अब मुझे अपनी बेटी की पढ़ाई की कोई चिंता नहीं। होप पब्लिकेशंस ऐप के साथ वो खुद जिम्मेदारी से सीख रही है।
अब पढ़ाई बोरिंग नहीं, होप पब्लिकेशंस ऐप है ना। होप पब्लिकेशंस ऐप से मेरी प्रिपरेशन हो रही है टॉप क्लास।
अब नोट्स ढूंढने की टेंशन खत्म, सब कुछ इस ऐप में रेडी है। साइंस, हिस्ट्री, ज्योग्राफी सब एक जगह, एक ऐप पर।
होप पब्लिकेशंस ऐप ने हमारी स्कूल की पढ़ाई का लेवल ही बढ़ा दिया है। अब हर क्लास डिजिटल बन रही है।
हर सब्जेक्ट, हर कॉन्सेप्ट अब आपकी उंगलियों पर। होप पब्लिकेशंस ऐप डाउनलोड करें आज ही।